Hi guys, this is Mrs. Trosvik in House 6B. We are doing Unit 4, Lesson 3. We are learning how to use a function table. If you don't know what that is, we are simply just taking the X and Y and we are creating our coordinate planes using our equations and filling in a function graph table to plot them on a line. So we're going to go through a couple ways of how to do this and how to know which graph goes with what equation. All right, with that being said, we are going to start with to use the function table below to graph the function y equals 2x. How do we know that this function table fits this equation? Because 2x stands for 2 times x. And whatever that answer is y. So we're just going to move y over here, and we're just going to try it with our numbers. If I put 1 into my equation, it would be 2 times 1. 2 times 1 will give me 2. That would be my answer. If I put 2 into the equation, 2 times 2 equals 4. So 4 would be my y. If I put 3 in for x, I have 3 times 2, which equals 6. 6 would be y. If I put 4 in for x, I would get 2 times 4, which equals 8. So 8 would be my y. Now, once I put these numbers into the equation, I will be able to plot my coordinates on my graph. And a reminder of how to do that is your x and your y coordinates go into your bubble. So my first coordinate would be 1 and 2. Remember, you go right for x and you go up for y. So my first number, I would go to the right 1 hop. So go over 1, and I would go up 2 hops. So over 1, up 2, and my dot goes right there. Next, my second coordinate would be 2 and 4. So 2 and 4, because 2 would be my x, 4 would be my y. So 2, I would go over 2 to the right, and up 1, 2, 3, 4 for my second number in my coordinate plane, or my second dot of my coordinate plane. 3 and 6 and 4 and 8 will be my next dots. My 3, I would go over 3 and then up 6. That would be this dot. My last coordinate would be over 4 and up to 8. If you want to just find your over 4 and then find 8 up and find where they intersect, that works as well. Now I have all 4 of my dots. My last step will simply be to connect my dots using a straight line of some sort. If you do not have a ruler, you can simply take anything you have, like my sticky notes or the edge of a book or the edge of your binder, but line it up at 0 and 0. When you do this, you will connect your dots. It's a very hard step. All you got to do is go back and connect your dots together. Now I did mine a little bit offset. I just went back over it with a longer line. If you can see, they already did that for you in the second example. All right, let's try it out. If I go number 1, I'm simply going to use my scratch paper, which is my sticky note, and I'm going to create a function table. So the same as above, x, y, and I'm just going to create a function table that will fit this equation. So for number 1, I have x, and the easiest way to do this is just to put 1, 2, 3, and 4 in for x. These are the easiest numbers to multiply by, so it makes sense to just put 1, 2, 3, 4 into my equation. If I put 1 in for x, 2 times 1 equals 2, and I would take 4 away, which would give me a negative 2. If I put 2 in for x, I have 2 times 2, which is 4. If I take 4 away from 4, I will have 0. 3, if I put 3 in for x, I have 2 times 3, which is 6. Take 4 away, and I have 2 left. And 4, if I put 4 in for x, I have 2 times 4, which is 8. Take away 4 is 4. Now, these are my dots that should be on my coordinate plane. 3 and 2, and 4 and 4. So when we are looking at matching my equations on this side to my graphs on this side, I need my ordered pairs to match the graph that I'm looking for. So my first dot should be over 1, down 2. Oh, I don't have over 1 or down 2. Technically, none of these have a negative grid. So for that, we can't really do much to figure out the first dot. But my second dot would be the first dot that would be plotted. So over 2 and at 0. So if I look, my first one over 2 at 0, there's no dot there. That one does not work. If I go down to C over 2 at 0, there's no dot there. If I go to D over 2 at 0, I mean, it's close, but it's not perfectly at the 2 line. So my best option is B, over 2 at 0. Here's my first dot. To make sure I didn't make mistakes, I'm going to check my other 2 plot points that should fall on this line. Over 3 up 2, over 3 up 2. Oh, that dot does intersect my line. And my next one, over 4 up 4, that dot does intersect my line. So this is the correct graph for number 1. So I'm going to take B and I'm going to put B next to number 1. That is my first answer. On the next one, I'm going to jump down to, I'm going to do the next one, number 2, with you, and then I'll let you try them on your own. Number 2, again, we're going to start with our functions graph. We're going to draw X column and Y column. Number 2, again, we're just going to put 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are always the easiest numbers. You could even use 0 for X if you want. First, if I put 1 in for X, 1 times 3 is 3. 3 take away 2 will give me 1 as my answer. So 1 times 3 is 3. 3 take away 2 is 1. 1 and 1 is my first coordinate. Now, my second one, if I put 2 in for X, that would be 3 times 2, which equals 6. Take away 2 is 4. So 2 and 4 would be my next coordinate. If I put 3 in, that leaves me with 3 times 3, which is 9. Take away 2, which is 7. So my next ordered pair would be 3 and 7. And 4, if I put 4 in for X, I would have 12. 12 take away 2 would equal 10. So my last ordered pair would be 4 and 10. Now, all these dots might not be on the examples to the right, but we're looking for the one that has most of our dots on it, because some of ours go above or beyond what is on this graph. So let's start with our first ordered pair. We have 1 and 1. I know it can't be B, so I have 3 other options. Over 1, up 1, there is no line there. This one can't be possible. Over 1, up 1 on C, there is a dot there, so that does work. Let's check it though. Second dot should be at over 2 and up 4. Over 2, up 4, we do have a line intersecting that point, so it does work. Let's check the next one. Over 3 and up 7, we have a dot there, which means we have 3 out of our 4 coordinates. The reason why this one won't work is because it ends at 9. We can't plot it. But if we were to predict about where it would land at over 4, up 10, which would only be about here. Yes, you can see that that line would eventually cross that point. So C goes with number 2. All right, I want you guys to finish the last 2, find the match, either A or D, which one goes with which, and then you need to finish your student page on the next page. You're going to have to fill in. Be very cautious on this one. They gave you the Y, but Y is now in the equation instead of the X. When you do the ordered pair, though, X will still come first. So X should always be your first number. Y should always be your second. So even though the Y is in the equation and the X is the answer, it does not change the way you plot it. All right, good luck, guys. Have a good day. Take care.